Alright, loser bracket continues. Battlefield of Eternity. First map, we got Team Daykwaza against Team SMX, everybody. And Trickster is still with us. Obviously, we're starting slow into the series now, so 20 pre-banned heroes at this point, as per our usual agreement in Meta Madness, and every single hero within the series can only be played once. But Breeze against Smexy, and we got Mopsio, the evil genius now. Meta Madness would be so good with ADRD now that I think about it.
What's he doing nowadays?
I honestly don't know. He was living in Malta for a while, but I think he moved to Berlin. And I am not 100% certain what he's doing right now.
I think it's funny how different we are. Like, I ask what he's doing nowadays, and you give, like, his real-life updates, and I'm like, what video game is he playing?
I don't think he's even playing a whole lot at this point.
What's he nerding out to? That's what I was asking. Is he in Gundams? He's probably in Gundams.
Probably. I don't know. He was actually every now and then he joined in on some ARAMs that we played on the stream. But yeah, I still follow him on Twitter and like talk to him at one point. But
that's fun.
But I want to see what Mopsio is going to go for now. I mean, Battlefield of Eternity is a little bit weird as a first map. There's most of the heroes that you want to play here are gone. And Lunara now gets banned, so you kind of got Grey main still. Turanda has been picked a few more times now, since you can still apply the Hunter's Mark on the Immortal. And Chromie also for the range damage poke. But outside of those three, there's not that much around that you would normally pick on Battlefield.
Suddenly I'm like, Arian, Artanis, Zagara could be pickups. Even like a weird Illidan play can work out too. We kind of split push and then hunt in.
Are we going to start the Artanis memes early? You realize that Blizzard actually nerfed him, right?
That makes me sad.
Dude, I had to double check when I saw the patch. I was like, wait, is it April's Fools already? And I was like, nope.
I mean, like, jokes aside, I'm sure there's some internal data somewhere where, like, Artanis destroys in, like, casual games and whatnot, so
yeah, definitely. Like, in Wood League, he shines, and Blizzard, as per usual, doesn't balance around good players and teaches the bad ones how to play the game, but balances around, like, bronze, so yeah. Ah, like that! That's a good start. Suljin and May. Mopsio is immediately showing his skills here. I'm already a fan of this game. Map number 1, already good.
Why are you excited for the Mopsio?
I'm excited for Suljin. Suljin is always fun. Stacking, getting the auto attacks and everything.
You mentioned some Mays, though. I wanted to dig into that a little bit. What's so exciting about the May from Mopsio? Is he like a god tier May? I haven't seen his.
No, I mean, we haven't seen May that often. She's been picked a little bit, but she's one of the picks that you know, usually outside of Meta Madness, you don't see her. So that's kind of cool that we have her being played a little bit, so that's kind of what I like.
This is just like rare hype. Like, we don't see May that much. Cool. Yeah. Okay, good. Good to know.
Shitwing gets picked too.
There was a wave where Cassia was like kind of the pick on this map because we used to see so much Vallas and whatnot. You just like run them down.
There's a couple of
even like double sword
or heroes that were not banned or saved, where they are still pretty heavy on the meta. Maya, for example, has not been perma-banned, and she's just on the edge. So if you would have banned like 1 or 2 more heroes, then she would have been out as well. But right now she's one of the best that you can honestly pick. So if she doesn't get played in map 1, I would still expect her to show up on map 2 immediately.
I would kind of love to see an Ario here. Just go for a double support Cassia with Urel. Like, you would actually be such a pain in the butt, and then just follow it up with some kind of like side damage and let Brightwing global soak when you need to.
That's the thing that I don't understand anyways, why none of these teams have really homed in on double supports, because supports are a bit of a rare commodity. So if you're going into map number 4, map number 5, you could really think about just banning some supports, picking a quick double support for yourself, and trying to choke the opponent out.
Sure.
Haven't seen
well,
that
let's
yet,
see what gets picked up here for our red team. The double support even works for a Zul'jin as well, just things that keep him alive, things that lets him stay low at HP. Like a Morales is always a fun pickup with Zul'jin, especially on this battleground. There's a Deckard Cain and a Lili. The double support comes in, although we all know in our hearts that Lili is for damage.
Yeah, exactly. We got a Lili and we got Deckard. There's the double support. Okay, we are starting off strong. I like it. But we still need a tank for Breeze. Could be playing ETC here. Going back to his roots, and also a good tank for Battlefield of Eternity.
I like Muradin on this map, but the ETC is great.
And Muradin really is. Muradin is out.
There it is. Oh, no Muradin, period? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, Muradin has been banned, one of the first ones. And we get Chromie, okay. So that's the long distance poke that you have. Cassia is obviously solid here too. And the final pick. What are we getting? What do they need? I mean, they need a side laner. Unless they're
I
going...
can't remember. Does Lily still have cleanse or nah?
It's on 7, this thingy, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say Temporal Loop could be a pick here, but...
Oh, Temporal Loop is definitely going to be the pick, or has been so far in every single game. Sonya with Mei. Alright guys, that sets us up. Map number 1, Battlefield of Eternity. Team Smexy against Team Daykwaza. The best of 5 starts. Let's go to map number 1 and figure out who takes the lead in this series. Game number 1, Team Daykwaza against Team Smexy. We're heading straight to the Battlefield of Eternity, and on the left side, Daykwaza on URL. We got Breeze on ETC, Kala on Chromie, Henning is playing Brightwing, and No Game, No Life with Cassia.
On the far right, red team, Smexy playing Deckard. He is built like a brick. Mopsy on Mei, Mindhawk on Lai, Ruzo on Razashu on Sonya, and Pepe Hands 420. I don't know who that is, playing Zul'jin.
And unfortunately, no stacking on level 1. I mean, it makes perfect sense, but I'm so used to the Zul'jin ARAM builds where you're always going for everything that you can possibly stack in the entire game. But we have at least one savior, and that is Cassia, as No Game, No Life comes straight in with this Thunderstroke. Here we go. Yeah, Serpent build. And the double support at the bottom of the map. I just want to see how much they can do with Zul'jin here. I absolutely love that we're seeing more and more Zul'jin games now in this series, because he's been really fun to watch with the stacking, especially when we're also seeing him on level 7 then with Arcanite access. But they're suffering defeat immediately as Lily's adventure ends quickly with a death.
Breeze already showcasing his strength as a tank player. Mounted up, ran around, circled back, went through the fog, and then ran down and locked in the Lily. Didn't hit the power slide, but that's okay because the positioning was on point, and that gives them their first kill of the game. Typically, you want to have one of those around 130 on this map. That way you can move down like they are doing now to grab the camp and force the red team to move towards you.
It was actually kind of funny. One of the games that we've seen with Zul'jin was played by Make, and he went up against 3 blind heroes. Cassia, Lily, and Atanas. And he still had easily top damage in the game. It was crazy. I mean, in this case, Pepe Hands has to at least deal with Cassia, but outside of that, they're still looking good. But stacking is going to be a bit tricky, and the blue team has 5 now at the bottom of the map, so Mopsy has to try and get out here. Breeze with a slide. They go for Lily again, and Mindhawk falls for the second time.
Yeah, the red team is in a position where they're kind of having to respect the ETC. This is kind of one of the things that when you have double support in a Zul'jin, it takes some time for your damage to ramp up. So you can't really deal with those backliners like Cassia and Chromie. And so Breeze is being the focus of the team, but he has so many tools available for him to keep getting his armor popped up by popping his cooldowns. And of course, if he needs to, he can power slide away from the fight. And this is what's allowing for them to allow for Cassia and Chromie to poke away. And we're finding so many kills already because of it. 2-0 right now for our blue team.
And one of the problems is generally when we're talking about damage ramping up, that Zul'jin just needs some time to get really online here. So once he has his 15 stacks, he's going to get the range extension, which is going to make it a bit easier to get those stacks together. But they are not going to have an easy time here, because with 2 kills to 0 and all the pressure that we've seen at the bot lane, the blue team is starting to wrap this up quickly. Breeze is saying hello and is threatening an invade. There's nobody with him, but they don't know that.
Yeah, ETC just one of those characters that can kind of do that. Just be annoying. If you see Mei go in, you just drop your knockback and then power slide away. Just trying to threaten them and slow it down. Look at the timing here, though. The camp being held for Team Daykwaza, Team Smexy at the same time grabbing their camp as well to get pushing in the top lane. A slight lead in favor of Team Daykwaza in terms of experience, but now it comes down to the fights around the Immortals.
And Chromie can poke safely from a distance here. No Game, No Life, also getting some additional hits in. 20 stacks on the level 1, that's not too shabby. If you're around the 8-minute mark at 40, then you're doing a great job. So to this point, he's doing fairly well. They're going for a big engage, but now it's Zul'jin into the Immortal stun. Breeze is just a fucking god on this hero. But Zul'jin still survives through it. There wasn't enough damage for them. But that's exactly the kind of play that we can expect from ETC. And he pulls it off again, and they get a double kill. Breeze destroying them single-handedly right now.
Oh my gosh, has Breeze became a math teacher in the time that HEC has fallen apart? Because this guy is hitting all the angles. He's got his protractor out, landed a power slide, knocked Zul'jin straight into an Immortal stun. Beautifully done by him. This guy has not missed a beat.
Definitely not, especially on ETC, which was for quite a long time his best hero. Obviously also excelling on his Diablo, but it's exactly the kind of play you want to execute on the Immortals. Always push them into the Immortal stuns, and Breeze has just set up 3 kills for them, and we have 5-0 in total. So this game is not going well for SMX. Oh god, I can't watch.
This man just becomes a straight anchor, man. He leads the boat. He locks down a corner, power slides. People are moving up to see if they can get some poke on their opponent before they move over to the second phase of the Immortals, and ETC catches them slipping. Breeze is just moving like the wind through them.
I've watched Breeze a couple of times on a stream, like playing Storm League, and every time he got his ETC, he looked bored. He really just moved through the map, and he set up 1 kill after another for the team, and every single time he hit the power slide, 2 seconds later was another kill for the team as he isolated someone, and that's exactly how this feels like.
Yeah, you used to call him, I think, Silver Platter ETC. Like, he would just put up kills on a Silver Platter constantly. And I mean, that's very apt for what's going on right now. A massive Immortal coming here on the early phase. The goal is to try and get to these turret walls, maybe get to 4 and build your way to level 10 so you can have that advantage on the next Immortal. As for the red team, Team SMX, they just want to hold defense here.
And they're already getting poked by Chromie. Wall down, Daykwaza comes in, they're following up with even more damage. Another hit for Soldier in the loop, but he gets away. So at least here on level 7, we got Lili helping them out a little bit. Mopsio is low though, main trouble, but they are stopping them for now. The problem is that the Immortal is still going strong.
Yeah, Mindhawk saving Zul'jin there with the cleanse and then hitting the blind at the perfect time to make sure Mopsio could escape after holding down the front line. But again, as you mentioned, that Immortal is still an issue. 9.5 in experience as that 10 looms around the corner.
And that's the second fort that they take down. It's not even the first. They dropped the bot lane too. So it's 2 forts gone at the 5-minute mark. Nearly level 10 for them. Cassia is already at 40 stacks. So she's doing a fantastic job here as well. This is a total disaster right now for Team SMX.
Breeze gets a 3-man power slide there. Mopsio gets thrown in the corner, gonna go for an ice block. They're trying to get a fight here and trying to find a pick so they can get back on the experience. Another temporal loop. Oh my god, it's up again. Mindhawk gets comboed and boom, there goes Lilac. Massive power slide into a Valkyrie. Durrell is low as well. Another knockback. Daykwaza is popping off Khaldor. This is Heroes of the Storm.
This is not Heroes of the Storm. This is absolutely brutal. This is a splatter movie or something. Another kill. 10 kills to 0. Jeez Louise, what the hell? Breeze with 1 kill opportunity after another for the team, and they are getting just rammed into the ground here. That I feel a little bit sorry at this point for the red team.
My gosh, do you think Breeze would be a millionaire if HGC continued?
Probably, yes. I mean, holy shit.
I think the phrase is holy cow.
Yes, yeah, you got a point.
I mean, I'm down to join the cult of Breeze. I'll pray to him every day and hope that he blesses my breakfast. This is incredible. He's over here by himself.
I mean, at this point,
around.
I expected the red team to just abandon the camp and give it up whenever they see him. It's like, it's just him. He just 1v5s now. 10 kills to 0. Now, to be fair, we are gonna have level 10 abilities in another moment for Team SMX. So, I mean, maybe they can somehow get a kill. I mean, anything at this point would already be an improvement. Just get 1 kill. Just start with 1. Baby steps. Baby steps.
There is a saving grace for the red team. I mean, if you look over to Zul'jin, he is getting close to being stacked. Currently at 21, which will help out on the damage they're able to kite away as needed, and they did hit 10 as you mentioned. Breeze goes into the power slide. It's going to be on top of Lili. Lili gets polymorph. Full heals are coming out. No cleanse available for him. Tries to go for his jugs, but he just can't get him out in time. Same time, Sonya does move forward and drops down the Wrath, putting out some decent damage, and Zul'jin is getting ETC nice and low, but they did lose their Lili. Never mind, Decker turns around and tells the story. He puts everyone to sleep once again. Daykwaza able to get off his bubble of hope, but will it be enough?
Now, Sonya's dead. Cassia, they got a kill! They got a kill! They have won! They finally got a kill. Cassia is down, but of course they also lost Sonya. Lili is back to business. There's still a camp that is pushing the top lane, so maybe they can do a little bit of damage at the fort here as they're starting to focus on the Immortal as well. Lock against Chromie as they're trying to get a kill here. But they just can't. Stacks are slowly coming together, at least for Zul'jin. He's at 30, so the quest is completed. Good for him. Maybe he can now stack his level 7. If they can ramp him up into the late game, then maybe there's a chance that the damage output helps them to get that gap to be close. But there's Urel, there's the slide, and I'm just kidding. There's the party. He's hitting 3, and they're just getting one after another. They all get dropped. Lili dies again. Another connect on Smexy, the slide, the kill, 15 kills to 1. Lili alone died 6 times by now.
The power of the tap. They all tap, turn around that fight. I kind of wish we would have seen Team Smexy focus the Immortal down there into the 50% mark. I know they were getting their heels up and trying to find one last kill. But with Mopsio was low on mana, and that kill seemed very difficult to follow up on, and we just saw the result of going for that overchase. A Immortal, massive in health here for Team Daykwaza. At the same time, we're going to have a little bit of damage coming out from the red team, but this next Immortal phase could be keep and could potentially be the end of the game if they don't play their cards right.
I honestly think that Smexy's boys need a shower after this game, because they're getting shit on right now.
Oh boy. Yeah?
Well,
shower would be helpful.
Let's see if they can maybe pull something off. No, they're all stacking again. Breeze wants the slide. They go for Mopsio, and he gets just EDC out of the battle. That's the best thing that he's done so far. Great ult from Deckard Kane, but there's just no damage follow-up that would help them to get a kill here. Pepe Hans is still alive with the Zul'jin and is trying to turn it around and get the damage connected with Urel, who pops the ult. Another Valkyrie, and Lili is dead again. I mean, she is committing Sudoku over and over again here. That's just kill after kill against the Panda.
Yeah, it's not going well for her. And Daykwaza just buying time like crazy. Chromie comes in with a snipe, finds it on top of Zul'jin as well. Power Sight comes out from Breeze, but with no damage on the opposing side, he doesn't really care too much. Turns around and hits a keep, and now this core is open up. Will this be the end of the game here for Team Daykwaza as they try to go up 1-0?
I mean, at this point, it's just a question of when exactly they're nailing the core down, but of course they're going to try and do it right now. Another potential kill. The core loses to the minions. Mopsio is done with this shit, and game number 1 goes to Team Daykwaza as they murder Team Smexy on Battlefield of Eternity. Wow.
Brutal.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
To the Spider Queen! Okay, after the ass kicking that Team Smexy just received, we all ask ourselves, of course, how tilted is Mopsio? But also the question is, can they somehow bounce back here and find... I mean, again, if they bring it to game number 4 or 5, I could totally see that Mopsio comes in with a IQ 200 plays in the draft to win the game here for them. But at least in game number 1 with Breeze getting his ETC, there was just no winning this.
Maybe they decided just to like pick the Lili in game number 1 to get it off the table, so they could focus on their big drafts later, which is a big brain play if you think about it. It's already 200 IQ. We just didn't think about it.
I hate that they just banned Jogal. But again,
they're like, no, thank you.
That is the map where they played him the last time, so I understand why they did it. But it would be kind of funny. Think about it. Like a team in game number 1 just throws the game, but picks every single top-level support or top-level tank just to get rid of them for the remaining games. Think about that opening. You're just actually mind-gaming Meta Madness.
It could be real. And we'll never know. You'll never know what's going on inside these captains' heads. That's why they're the captains, and we're just the watchers. We're just on this boat to float all the way to where we're going.
Think about it for a second. You're on game number 1. You're just throwing the game, and you pick only supports, and you remove 5 supports for the rest of the series. Can you imagine the clown fiesta that would happen towards the 3rd game?
I mean, someone that's going to be playing in Meta Madness is listening to this right now, and if you do it, you become officially the coolest team in the league. That's all I'm saying, so...
I should probably not have said this. I didn't even think about it
until
now.
Grabs.
Alright, so they're banning Kerrigan.
Dude, I miss the Kerrigan Arthas combo. You remember the simpler times of Heroes of the Storm when we had like
Venom on level 4
heroes? We had like Tychus Abathur, and you could like do double Odin.
Kerrigan
Abathur used heroics.
I was actually played with Arthas once in this tournament, and I said the exact same thing. I was talking exactly about that, yes. It's
Yeah,
funny that you mentioned it. I don't know if it was group stage or if it was on Thursday, but yes, we had Arthurs and Carrigan, and it was just so cool to see that again, even without Envenom.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate part of like power creep in MOBAs, which is like just a natural state of MOBAs.
Yeah.
Like you want every character to be a little bit better, but like the start of a MOBA, the first like year, I feel like is the best time to play because you just have all these basic characters that are just trying to figure out how they meld together. It's so freaking fun. It's why I love auto chests nowadays because new patches make things so exciting for the first few months.
This is also actually pretty exciting because Breeze's Tyrael was so strong in the group stage that afterwards Tyrael was banned out consistently against him. So if anything, I'm surprised that they allowed Tyrael to go through. He absolutely crushed with him. About the same, on the same level as he just did with his ETC. So it's interesting that he gets now in the second game another one of his top tanks. But there's the Medivh pick. That's what I talked about a bit earlier. So they banned out Carrigan, but they left Medivh up. And yeah, she's usually very... I mean, most of the games she's really banned from the beginning or insta-picked, but now they take her on map number 2, so got a bit delayed.
Good old Rehgar. Oh my gosh, they have so many combos here. I would love like a Blaze on top of this. Is Blaze available?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay. Damn. I'm over here trying to show off my limited draft knowledge from like 3 years ago. Like a Medivh, Blaze, Rehgar is so much freaking CC. And then you have bunkers to follow it up.
I mean, the reason why Blaze is... he was one of the first ones that got banned by the community for the entire event because he is still the top side laner. So
really?
Yeah, he's getting picked in every game pretty much. Yeah, he's insane.
Last time I was playing, didn't they do like a bunch of mana retention on him to make sure he couldn't be so good at wave clear, and he's still strong?
Yeah, he brings everything. He has the stuns. Daykwaza in particular. Daykwaza has played him in so many events right now, and I asked him when we were in Miami, and I was like, dude, aren't you bored? And he's like, hey, I want to play something else, but they don't ban Blaze against me, so I have to pick him. And then he just destroys, so... Now it's a little bit different. He sees a lot more bans, but yeah, he's still insane on the side lane.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of insane on the side lane, is going to be Leoric as he gets banned out. And there's a Tassadar to give you a little bit more wave clear, and then the Imperious, the shish kebab machine.
Tassadar is kind of cool. We've seen him quite a few times now on especially Infernal Shrines. But yeah, now for the first time here on Tomb. I mean, with Gul'dan, you already have a lot of wave clear for the red team, so they're of course going to try and counter that. And Imperious on the side lane is also going to be pretty sweet for them. But are we going to get some spicy Mopsio pick here? Ah, we get Alarak. Alarak, Medivh, and Rehgar. Yeah, that's the front line.
Wow.
And the Dragon Queen. All right.
And the Dragon Queen. Dude, it's gonna suck whoever gets picked off here. Alarak combo, Medivh tether, Rehgar, Misha, full follow-up into a Horrify. Like, the CC here is ruthless.
Yeah. And the final pick now, we need a bit more damage for the blue team. So let's see, Tychus. Alright, so they go for the double transformation already right to the beginning of the game. Map number 2, the lead for Team Daykwaza. Let's figure out if Team SMX can bring this one back and tie the series. Of the blue team is now picking the 2-0 lead in this best of 5. Loser bracket of Meta Madness. Keep that in mind. Whoever loses here is out of the tournament. So let's head straight into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Alright guys, let's go. Game number 2. First one was a little bit brutal. Team SMX definitely didn't stand a chance there, but now we're heading into the second map of the series with Daykwaza's team playing Imperious. We got Kala on Tassadar, Henning on Malfurion, No Game No Life on Tychus, and Breeze is playing Tyrael for the blue team.
In the red trunks, Smexy on Alexstrasza, Pepe Heads 420, who I still don't know who is, playing Gul'dan, Mindhawk on Medivh, Mopsio on Alarak. It's looking like it might be a tank Alarak, and the Rizashu playing Rehgar.
Yeah, Alarak is going to be pretty interesting for them, I feel. I mean, Rehgar, of course, with Misha, we're going to see that with a couple of stuns here at the front too. But especially Alarak in the late game could be pretty cool if he's able to properly stack and then also unleash the combo. So I have my hopes on him really performing here. I mean, he has it in his own hands at this point. Besides that, we're getting the stacks as per usual. The Circle of Life comes in, the Echoed Corruption is here. And the Q build for Tassadar. So far we've seen a lot of Psionic Storm plays. But in this case, they're going into the static charge on the first talent.
We'll be keeping an eye on Mindhawk and Mopsio. Oh, another tether connects. Mindhawk trying to go for the kill. May have overextended here. He gets completely deleted as Team Smexy and crew are able to completely get into that fight. 3 red members picked off. Oh my golly, what a start.
And
for
all
our
of
blue
them
team.
killed by Tyrael.
You know,
That's exactly what I talked about in the draft. Breeze played this, I think, in the group stage, and then his Tyrael was every single time banned, and now he is again crushing it. 3 kills to 0. The game just started, and it honestly feels like we're continuing where we left off on the last map.
Night camp's being grabbed for both of our teams. Typically, you have these grabbed as soon as possible, and on the second turn in, you tried to drop off while you get a little bit of pressure, but I like that on the opposite side, we already have Medivh working on the same thing here. There is a lot of scalability here for our red team. Alexstrasza, Gul'dan, Medivh, all of the late game power is certainly there. And then you can't forget about Anubarak, especially with him going this lightning build already. He could be quite deadly, so we should see them kind of just chill out for a little bit. I know they lost 3 in the early game, but they are perfectly fine here if they can control the waves.
Yeah, Fence is already in. We get the Master Assassin again for the passive, not really for the stacks here. So as it applies to Odin as well, it's always quite powerful. But they got the talent advantage and they can burn this camp down a bit quickly. We also have Tassadar with one wall after another, doing his thing here, trying to cut them off at the gate. And
Ooh, this might be a wall.
Huh?
This might be an actual wall here if they want to commit to it. My Hunt goes in. There we go. They pick it off. You always have to get rid of that little spellcaster there, and it was looking like they weren't quite doing it. Combo comes out from Mopsio. Minehawk moving in. Has a possible blink it. Ooh, he actually gets sleep there at the last second, which allows for him to not move in for the full fight. And Minehawk and crew just kind of dance back and forth.
Ruzashu at this point, here comes the play, they're trying to go for Daykwaza, that might just be it, 11 stacks on him, can they get the kill? Yeah, it looks better and better, the tether connects, and there it is.
Gems?
The gems are taken down, no game, no life for a second. Spray game not on point, I'm disappointed. I mean, seriously, standard spray? Come on, Mopsy, you're better than this.
I had a very toxic comment, but I'm not going to say that. In the middle lane...
Go, I want to hear it.
Mops. Well, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Come on, channel the inner evil.
Not going to do it. Full combo comes in, Tassadar gets deleted. Tassadar is one of those characters, man, that if you're able to just lock him down, he dies so quickly. The health bar is just non-existent.
Breeze with the kill attempt, that didn't work out for him. And Mindtalk gets the tether, can they get the kill? Nah. With Malfurion being ready, they definitely can't, and instead No Game No Life drops another grenade on them and pushes them back out. We got a negatively charged now in, so far not a single stack for Mopsio, but again, that's of course the talent where he can start to ramp the stacks up a bit towards the mid and late game and then capitalize on the damage output.
Look at these stacks here, a quick update. We have Gul'dan currently at 10, only 1 stack on Lightning here for level 1, but that's one of those stack things that can kind of build up real quickly, especially with a Medivh. You get a few people grouped up, and next thing you know, that lightning charge has a good 5 or 6 stacks right away. Being sadistic at 96, and now it's all about the turn-ins as Misha the Bear gets deleted.
Yeah, Ruzashu down at the bottom of the map, still trying to rush away. He might be able to escape, but No Game No Life wants him, and is dashing in for the kill, but can't lock it in. That got real close, though. That could have been the end. No!
Oh, dunked on. Well, remember what I said earlier? Sometimes it'd be like that.
Oh, God. I mean, that kind of felt telegraphed, though. Obviously, we can see the entire thing, but I was just waiting for it. I was like, you should probably walk a little bit farther away.
I think he sent Misha over to grab the experience. Even Misha just going down there would have just waited that from happening. 2 picks overall in total as we also saw Medivh get picked off, and now we have a full turn-in hitting for our blue team. And they're going to be working towards getting that level 10. If they can find a fort here, that would be icing on the cake.
I can't believe that he died. I feel so bad for him. He really thought he was gone. He was out, and then that happens. But yeah, I mean...
Well, it's Dragon time as SMX moves in with Alexstrasza, drops the whole thing down. Breeze holding the front line. Mopsy also trying to find a combo. Minehawk just taking a beating here from Tassadar, low on HP with just a sliver of health. That fight did not go well for our red team.
Yeah, not even a little bit. And in the meantime, Gul'dan is getting chased to Daykwaza. Nearly got the hit on him. No Game No Life wants to make the same play again. This time Gul'dan survives. Has to still be careful or the next grenade is going to drop him. The fort at the bot lane is still in play, but here in the middle the situation changes pretty quickly for them. So it seems like this one can be taken out by Team Daykwaza, and the Web Weaver is also still active up at the top. Mopsio getting speared and gets killed, and there's level 10.
And we have Rexar coming in from a flank as well at the same time. Myhawk goes in, but the 10 connects. There's Identification. That's going to be 2 members picked off. Things are just not looking good for our red team, but there is a saving grace. If we continue to look at these stacks, 13 up here for Alexstrasza. We'll be finishing that pretty soon. 13 here for Golden as well. And remember, he does scale into that late game. Level 16, and of course, his level 1 being finished off will bring in the necessary damage. The question is whether or not they can get it together without having a main tank. So far, they've been trying to flank between Medivh and Alexstrasza with a Rexar coming out the last second, but the coordination has just not been there.
First objective, 3 forts destroyed. That's, I would say, solid.
I mean, yeah, good for them, bad for the red team. You never want to lose multiple forts on the first turn, especially pre-level 10. You're expecting maybe a wall, maybe a little bit of damage on a fort, but 3 forts? That is just unfortunate.
When you said there's a silver lining, I was like, what? That the game is going to be over soon at this pace?
That's a silver lining with an opacity of like 90%. Like, you can barely see it. You know it's there. We're just trying to help. You told me to be the positive one here. And, you know, I'm here to drop some random buttons.
Alright, here comes Anubarak. Mops is moving in with a deadly charge. And my dog, there's the cage! Smexy, no! He's dead! My dog is trying to escape. Has him all fooled for a second, but now Breeze is on him. And that's the end of Medivh. So 2 kills against the red team. They got the turn and they finally have Web Weavers on the ground and they get their level 10. But it's still not doing enough. They are moving at least topside for the fort, but even that should be defended by Daykwaza. It's 9 kills to 2, more than a level ahead this early in the game. And thanks to all of these forts that have been destroyed, the passive experience gain for the blue team is just so much better.
I cannot believe he went for a deadly strike here. Mopsio picked that, or deadly charge, for the level 10. I really thought it would be a counter-strike, full engage, and then try to answer back with some damage if they try to collapse back on you. Try to surprise them, but whipped on the full gank on the bottom lane. And this draft has suddenly started to look a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, also because they're having real trouble stacking Anubarak. He's at 7 stacks. Breeze is taking it, even stacking up here against Mindtalk as he's trying to chase him down. Medivh is in trouble, and Medivh is dead. So is Gul'dan, and that's a lot of gems that they just lost. And this is not where it stops. They're coming in again for another hit, and there's the double kill. Oh, no mercy by Imperius. He comes in, gets the kills. They still got Odin ready. They go in for Mopsio, and he gets murdered. Jesus, these guys are on a tear.
Truly, one of the heroes that we haven't talked about much here is Malfurion with hitting. Every time there's been a shish kebab or a full engage or even a standification, his roots have been on point for the follow-up. The shish kebab has connected twice as much by my account, and both times root went underneath it, which extends that CC that's been coming in from our Imperius, and that's why we've had so many kills. What is this? 14 to 2 kills in total. The teamwork and the layers of alley-oops are uncontested by the red team.
Dude, Tigers is about to complete his level 4. He's 1 away from it.
Wow. Uno mas.
Oh boy, that is nasty. We're 10 minutes into the game and Tigers is nearly done with Master Assassin. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, for me, the second team I was looking at is the red team, but blue team is just really running away with it. You mentioned the Tigers level 4, the level 1 here for Tassler is at 135, and they're pushing for a keep in the top right. They find another pick. There's that root combo I told you about. Once again, just deleting another target, and that's going to be a dead Anubarak.
Yeah, Anubarak is pulling a Houdini, just disappears within half a second. Now we got level 16. They're 2 talents ahead. 2 talents ahead. And they're taking down the key. They're going to go for core here. There we got Tigers popping his ult. They're taking down Medivh. What a bloodbath. What an absolute bloodbath. They are turning Tomb of the Spider Queen into an absolute graveyard as they are going in at the 10-minute mark for the core. 20 kills in total. Anubarak is dead again. I mean, this is just incredible. Team Daykwaza is blowing them out of the water here as they are taking a 2-0 lead in the best of 5. Map number 3. I mean, right now I'm back alone. Tim had to go. He called it even before he started to join in today that he only has time for 3 maps. So yeah, we had him for those. But boy, he was a little bit unlucky with his choices there. That was quite the storm that we've seen so far. And the 2 maps in this series were just crazy. Team Daykwaza is murdering them. And for some reason, nobody's calling the care police to stop them. The best story here would really be if now all of a sudden Team SMX comes into game number 3 and starts to crush them. That would be insane. So it seems like Team Daykwaza is just looking at Mopsio and thinking, okay, so now we tilted him in game number 1 and game number 2. Now let's make sure that he doesn't have a crazy draft that can catch us off guard. So they banned Cho'Gall out again to try and remove a few options from them. Yeah, Infernal Shrines is the 3rd map. I mean, the options are a little bit more limited. So we have 40 heroes now banned as we're heading into the draft because of the Meta Madness rules. But it is insane how Team SMX is getting manhandled here. And I was not quite prepared for that. I thought that the blue team was the favorite here. But the way that they've been blowing them out of the water in the last 2 maps, that was insane. So, Cheng gets banned. And we got the Karrigan ban again. Okay, so not giving them any opportunities there. We still got the first pick and first ban for Team SMX. So let's see if they got a bit of an idea of what they could pull off here. I would love to see a 4th and a 5th map out of this, because some of the picks that we've seen would really influence the later games a lot, especially that double support that they pulled off in the first game. Didn't work out for them, but it removed 2 supports from the pool, and that makes this entire thing very interesting for the late maps, but I don't think we're going to get anything here. So D.Va comes in as a first pick for Infernal Shrines, can create some space, and also help you with the shrine control. Breeze's Diablo is also banned. That makes a lot of sense, obviously. I mean, Breeze so far has been pretty lucky. He's been literally walking away with one of his top picks after another. First his ETC, then he gets his Tyrael. Starts the game off, I believe, with a triple kill even. And now he has Garrosh, which isn't too bad either. You're looking at that opening, it's Garrosh and Leo. Daykwaza on Leoric for the side lane, and then also for the shrine fights. Oof. That is not much better. That's not much better as for the red team now. Honestly, what are they going to play now? I honestly at a loss here. I expect something crazy to be picked at some point, just because they're going to throw some kind of Hail Mary where they think, okay, let's try and see if we can surprise them. But Cho'Gall is already banned out. They go for Nazeebo, okay, and they got Ana. I can deal with that. Nazeebo isn't really too bad. You just have to find a way how you can prolong the game. If they would go old school and maybe even pick a Ragnaros just to get the trade and the Molten Core to deal with the Protector, I could see that. Come in, try and stack Nazeebo towards level 20, delay the game, pick a Ragnaros or anything else that can burn down Punisher quickly, so that you can just give up a few of the Punishers and then still keep your structures in play. I would kind of like that. So we got Stitches banned out. They're trying to remove some of the frontliners here. But I feel like that would be one of the best things. This is something that actually has happened in HGC back in the days. I think it was B Genius who played it, one of the French teams. Falstad gets banned. I could even see a pick for them, but obviously with the next double pick coming up for the blue team, it would have been very likely that they are going for it. Especially since Falstad with the Gus can still interrupt the Ravenous Spirit, and we've seen exactly that interaction multiple times now. Nazeebo has been fairly popular in Meta Madness, so Falstad has been established as a bit of a counter to the Ravenous Spirit because it just does so much work. Oh, Mephisto, yeah. Mephisto and Auriel. Alright. Final 2 picks. Yeah, a bit of a moment of truth. What are they going to play here? Pepe Hans Mopsio, the final 2 to make a choice here. Nazeebo, if he can get into the late game, if he can get to a Vile Infection, they might have a chance. But so far these games have been incredibly short because the blue team has been crushing it. So now we get Ophia and we get Jimmy. The fuck? Hello? D.Va main tank? Triple damage? What is this? Storm League? I mean, that's a typical play that we've seen even during the days of HGC. 2 damage healers, we don't have enough damage. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but good luck with that. Lunara as the final pick on Infernal Shrines, and guys, I don't want to watch. I have my doubts. Okay, let's check it out. Infernal Shrines, game number 3. Team Daykwaza against Team SMX. Well, prepare yourself for Battle Heroes is one way to open this one up. Prepare yourself for another butt kicking would be another one. Team Daykwaza. They are here to chew ass and kick bubble gum, and they're all out of gum apparently. Team SMX has been crushed so far in the series, and now that we're heading into the third map, I mean, that draft. First of all, for the blue team, we got Daykwaza on Leoric, Breeze on Garrosh, Kala on Mephisto, Henning plays Auriel, and No Game No Life on Lunara. But what's going on here with Team SMX? They got Mopsy on Orphea, SMX on Azebo, we get Pepe Hands on Jimmy, Rutsashu on Diva, and Mind Talk is playing Anna. So, I don't know, but I'm missing a tank here. I'm really missing a tank at this point. They got the ace in the hole on level 1. We got the pandemic in. And I mean, is there a thought process? That would probably be the first question that we gotta ask ourselves, because I don't see it. Maybe they just say like, hey guys, we don't need a tank because we're gonna kill them so quickly that we don't even need a front line. So, down to the bottom of the map. I mean, again, they're invading already. They're trying to stop the rotation here. Breeze gets one flip, but Diva is still fine. Can they get... Oh, can you imagine if they got a kill here against Breeze? That would have been an opening. So Nazeebo's up at the top. SMX is going to try to carry this one. Yeah, I talked to him a little bit earlier, and he said he spent the last couple of days at the gym just going full leg day each and every day to put on the backpack and now carry the team to victory here. A little bit of back training thrown in there too. So he is ready for this. He is ready. Carry hard and carry through that entire series now. Usashu gets stunned, and that is Diva dead. And Mopsio is also eliminated. The schoolgirl gets dropped, and that is another double kill to open the game up for Team Daykwaza. What an absolute disaster for Team SMX. I think they came really in here with some high hopes to surprise them with a couple of drafts, but then from game 2 onwards, Choga gets banned every time. So that was more or less the secret sauce for Mopsio's team, but it doesn't seem like that is going to do anything for them in the series. Unless we're going to get an epic comeback right now for SMX and his boys, this could well be the 3-0 victory. Because right now, we got Nazeebo. I mean, depending on his level 4, Nazeebo could really go for the level 4 and then just go full tank mode in the late game. But as he is stacking his baseline, the rest of the team is still fighting it out at the bottom. I was really waiting for something along the lines of a Ragnaros, play Molten Core, protect, like take some of the Punishers down, give objectives up, get Nazeebo into the late game. Something like that, but none of it is happening. Instead, we're seeing... Ooh, he's alive? Hello, sir. Not bad. Khaldor was trying to get the kill, but couldn't. So they are keeping the boys at the bot lane alive for now. Good for them. Nazeebo is apparently face rolling a couple of these. Hex Crawlers and then also the Pandemic. Hex Crawlers? Really? On level 4? Okay. I'm a bit surprised. Full Spider build I kinda get, but even then. But yeah, normally, of course, we're gonna get the Ritual on level 4, trying to increase the baseline a little bit, but either way, as it stands, the first objective is now popping up, and they could try and make a play for it. Diva gets attacked right away. Ana with a pew pew pew. Mind Talk is so far really delivering and keeping everybody alive that he can possibly keep alive. There's only so much that he can do here. But Mind Talk is actually doing fairly well on his Ana. I am surprised. And impressed. So, good job by him. Gotta call that out. Yeah, but they want him. They want Granny, and they went deep. They knew this rotation was coming, and Grandma is dead. Can they maybe get a counter kill on Auriel? They were hoping to get, I guess, a zombie wall, but that didn't really work. Mopsio is a bit low. And Pepe Hands is still pulling off some damage, but it's not nearly enough to really threaten the kill here. And as Leo is still up at the top, they can now go for the first Punisher, and they also get the kill on D.Va. Mephisto the one to lock it in after Breeze prepped the kill for them. Yeah, top side, swing, mace to the face, goodbye minions. And that's of course not only 4 kills to 0, that's a level lead, and they can now start to take down that top fort. Now Smexy, of course, he went full on into the frogs, has the toads of hugeness now as well. And can start to play around this. Breeze, yeah, he knew that he was coming. He absolutely knew that Breeze was trying to sneak in here from the side, but even just forcing them back allows, of course, the blue team to push even further. Ophia is still in the middle of the map. Same time now, Kala gets attacked here. Rusashu still able to save himself. Look where Breeze is. Breeze is just fully diving behind the fort. He doesn't care. Goes for Mind Dog, throws the mech around a little bit. And they're attempting to get kills. Punisher is jumping in too. They have absolutely zero respect here for Team Smexy. They're going full deep on this one, trying to take it out. This is, by the way, a 4 versus 5, because Lunara is at the bottom of the map, went for the splintered spear, is just trying to go for wave clear. So Nazebo died, they caught him, they nearly dropped the top fort with only 4 heroes as 5 were defending, and Lunara is getting more and more damage connected as the blue team is on their way to level 10 with 5 kills to 0. They are about to lock in a rogue ability, and there we have it. And Breeze is again in the middle of them, right to their face. Mind Talk is down. They are trying to go for D.Va again. What an absolute disaster and slaughter. Yeah, Mind Talk pausing the game here. And, oh boy, they are definitely having a bit of a rough time. No game, no life. He's still playing it out at the bottom of the map. It's 6 kills to 0. And whatever is going on here on the red team side, this is obviously not going well. There's the Entomb against level 10 abilities. They just don't stand a chance. The fort is down. Jimmy is dead. 7 kills to 0. The bottom of the map, as we're having no game, no life coming in again. Leo at least gets murdered. So Leo goes down. That's the 1 kill that they got. At least it's not a perfect game for the blue team. But Team Daykwaza is absolutely crushing this. They're going through Team Smexy like hot butter through cheese. There's no other way to put it. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy. There's a crime in progress and everybody is just watching in stunned silence. Nobody called the care police. Nobody did anything. And they're coming in with 1 kill after another. Smexy gets attacked. I mean, this is full trollolololol at this point. They are dominating this. Absolutely dominating it. Blue team is outclassing their opponent. Smexy, they're trying to somehow salvage this, I guess. Maybe with level 10 they get another kill or 2, but here comes the D.Va explosion, zoning them away as the Entomb opened up another kill opportunity for Team Daykwaza, but thanks to that, it didn't really happen. Still, Mopsio dies. Ophia is gone. This is one of the few games that I've ever seen in Heroes of the Storm that makes you wish for a surrender button. I mean, I can totally see it here. We had so many comebacks where a team got obliterated in the early game, but then still turned it. But given the outcome of map 1 and map 2 and how this is going to shape up here now, at least the spray game is a point. I gotta give them that. But that's another triple kill that they're getting here. Decimate. I mean, it's just insane. Eternal Feast on level 10. We got the Ravenous Spirit. Very little else to be done. Mopsio, he came, he saw, and he died again. Veni, Vidi, BG. The forts are all gone, and Team Daykwaza is murdering. They don't even know what to do next. They're just getting kills here. It's like playing Heroes Whack-A-Mole. Every single time they see somebody on the map, they take him down. It's 12 kills to 1, and we're only at the 8-minute mark. We already have 13 kills in total. Yeah, this is nasty. Absolutely nasty. Shrine is activating again. Guys, this is the second objective that is coming up now. The second objective. We're not talking about a 15, 20-minute game here. We're 8 minutes deep. And they're going for another kill. Smexy gets attacked. 84 stacks on his baseline right now, so at least he gets the stacks together. But Bambi is now moving in for a potential kill. Smexy is low. Mind Talk hits the darts. They're losing Ophia. They lose Jimmy. Smexy is at least alive. and D.Va is also kept in play. We got 22,000 damage now for Jim Raynor. But what an absolute nightmare here for the red team. Yeah, so they try and take out as many of those minion waves as they can. Of course, they're not even approaching the objective. They are down a talent. They're down 3 levels at the pace this is going. They're going to be behind by 2 talents again when Team Daykwaza hits level 16. They're just trying to get at least, I mean, I guess some experience, some additional minion waves here, and a few stacks for the Zebo. But does anybody at this point believe that they're going to make it even to level 20? And in the way this is going, they're lucky if they make it to level 16. So they have to somehow get a combo together. But the draft doesn't even allow for that. I mean, this is literally... they don't have a tank. There's no CC here. What do you have in terms of CC? I mean, let's be serious here for just a second. You have no bunny up either. You got a zombie wall. You got a sleep dart. And that's pretty much it. There's no real hard stun that comes out here that they can play. Couple of Medivh, maybe a little bit for displacement, but there's Jimmy, he's down. And at least they can get the kill. Yes! No, they can't! How is this even possible? How did Breeze not die? Ophia is dead, Anna is dead, Nazebo is dead. 5-man team wipe. How did Breeze not die? Have a look at this one. He comes in, there's the Aegis, the D.Va explosion doesn't do anything, and Breeze has no hit points left, and he still survives. Insanity. The keep is gone, 20 kills in total, and they're already making a play for the core here. As well they should. Two talents ahead, 2 talent lead, and they are murdering the core as we speak. Breeze finally falls. He finally dies. Thank God. He's mortal after all. But that doesn't change the outcome of the game even a little bit. Daykwaza's done with this. He comes in, swings it out. They go for Nazebo again. He's dead. 6 deaths on Ophia. And that is a 3-0 Ruffle Storm by Daykwaza against Team Smexy. Holy hell.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.